Good morning. I wanted to share my new favourite breakfast recipe that is very wholesome and filling and perfect to start your day. Okay, so you add 35 grams of oats and 15 grams of protein. If you don't have protein, just use 50 grams of oats. I'm mixing the dry ingredients first, but you can just like put it all in. It doesn't really matter. I'm using chocolate protein, but you can just use whatever you have. Vanilla, unflavoured. If you wanted to make this chocolate, you could add cocoa powder in now as well. I always use cinnamon, but just use what you like, you know? And I'm adding like half a teaspoon of baking powder. I like cinnamon a lot, so, and then salt. It really brings out the sweetness, I find. I'm just gonna blend this till it's made like the oat flour and it's all smooth. Next is banana. Obviously better if you use a ripe one because it will be sweeter. I don't really like unripe banana, but desperate times, you know. An egg. Ooh. And some vanilla. Again, like just use whatever you like to make it taste different. Go with the vibes. And although I'm about to blend this, I like to mix it a little just so it doesn't all stick to the bottom. I'm just gonna use a fork. Okay, I'm gonna blend this. Get any dish that can go in the oven or the air fryer, just like something solid. This one isn't the best because it's a bit too deep and not wide enough, because then it's harder to cook it in the middle, but I quite like the middle when it's a bit gooey. Scoop it all out. It makes like a batter consistency. I think it's really important to make your breakfast as balanced as possible. So I really like recipes like this where you can add in protein and fat and carb and make it still taste like breakfast food. If you're vegan, you could use a flax egg or like soy yogurt I've used before. I don't eat dairy, but I do eat eggs and honey. So I'm not vegan. I am plant-based. I eat a lot of things from the earth, I would say. Don't want to waste any. I literally feel like any other blender would be better to do this with, but so much goes in the lid, and if you forget about it, it's like such a waste. So don't forget to check your lids, guys. I feel like everyone knows how to make a meal balanced, but if you don't quite understand what I'm talking about, it's basically that the 3 macronutrients are carb, fat and protein. An example of a carb in this meal would be banana, big carb, or the oats. Obviously for protein, I put in the protein powder and the egg. And now for some fat, I'm going to use almond butter, but first I'm putting on some blueberries. You can use literally any topping you want. Again, like if you made it chocolate, sometimes chocolate and banana go better. I've got some hazelnuts on there, like Ferrero Rocher, like chocolate hazelnut just goes so well together. I'm just going to use this berry bag and pick out the blueberries because I want it to be like a blueberry muffin. I find blueberries go really well with cinnamon. But I have been wanting to try it with persimmon. My persimmon aren't ripe yet, but once they're ripe, I'm gonna try it with like even more cinnamon on it and some honey. So just put whatever you want. It's hard to make it taste bad. I'll get some raspberry in there as well. It's a lot easier if you have a bag of blueberries. And I'll just give it like a little tiny mix. I'm just gonna press these down a bit so they don't burn or anything like that. And you can add your almond butter or like peanut butter, whatever, now, or you can do it after. I like to do it now just so I can like wash everything and it's done. And also I quite like when it goes like warm, but you can top it afterwards if you don't want it to be like cooked. I'm using the pippa nut sea salted caramel almond butter. To be honest, it just tastes like almonds to me, but I'm not really like a massive nut butter person. Like I'd probably prefer it without, but I do just add it for the fat. So drizzle. I always use the end of a spoon because it's really a lot easier to like scrape it off on the sides like that and then get it out again. Plus you can use it to mix because they separate so easily. Spread it around a bit. And now I'm gonna cook it in the air fryer. I'm trying a new temperature today, so I'll see how it goes. Normally I do it 180 for 8 minutes, but that means the middle doesn't cook right with this dish, so I'm gonna try 160 for like 15-ish minutes. Here is the before. Looks like a brown blob. While that cooks, I'm just gonna make my matcha, which I've shown like a million times before, so. I'm also gonna take my bacteria, my gut bacteria. Way too hot. It's like a cake, a breakfast cake and a matcha. It's perfect, perfect. Oh my gosh, there's a huge spider. That is upsetting. We are both just minding our business, though it is dangerously close to me. That is one thing, like I'm pretty chill with like all creatures. Snails, slugs, crickets, worms, woodlice, literally anything. Spiders, oh, it's moving. I don't like them. We're gonna move.
All the time. I know what I'm talking. Because I remember family gatherings and stuff like that. It was like so loud. It's currently 31 degrees Celsius outside right now. Girl, I something in person. I have like a picture of vibing. Like, and I was like, okay. And then driving, and then I just stopped. So fat, but I'm like, this is actually one of the food.
Yeah.
Aww.
We're about to go so fast. Listen, I was checking into my hotel room. This is the first one that I've had with like really weird on textures, and you think it's good? Yeah.
I thought I would explain what this is. It's like a health shop thing, and I made 600 milliliters, and every day I'll have 100 milliliters. Do not drink the whole thing in one go if you make this, and be warned, it doesn't taste nice, but you drink it because it's good, you know? Don't expect something pleasant, because it's not, but if you are willing, it's worth drinking, so just a warning.
Quando o sol se pôs, pensei em nós dois. Foi a alma que morreu. escureceu bem ao meio-dia. Foi no apogeu. Quem diria que seria o fim de você?
Good afternoon. It is 3 p.m. I have a persimmon. You can just rip these in half. I love them. This isn't even fully ripe, but I just wanted to eat it so bad, so it tastes like a cinnamony orange. So yummy. A lot of people don't eat the skin, but I quite like it, so I wrote down some prompts for a new month. The first one is, what did I achieve in September that I feel proud of? And that could literally be like, I went on a walk, I saw my friends, I read a book, I got a promotion at work, I saved this much money, I ate more fruit and veg, I took more time to care for myself. Like, it doesn't have to be like a crazy achievement or something that other people would recognize. It's more so to do with you personally, what you feel proud of yourself for achieving, because we all have different goals and different things going on in our heads, and some things are harder to do for you than for others, and this vice versa. So try and write down a few things that you really feel good about from September. Number 2, reflections on the year so far. What do I hope to achieve by the end of the year? Again, this sounds more like traditionally goal oriented, but it could literally be like, oh, I'm really proud of myself for like putting myself out there and making a few new friends. In the rest of the year, I want to make sure I reach out to some of them and make plans to see them. Or it could be, oh, I'm really glad this year I put effort into this thing and now I'm seeing the benefits from it, and in the next 2 months I want to keep going and keep trying my best. You know, it doesn't have to be like, I want to walk 10,000 steps a day or anything like that. You know, be chill, be good, be like good to yourself. And number 3, what goals have I been neglecting and reasons you suspect why? For example, I keep saying I want to continue learning Japanese, but then I just don't do it, and it's not because I have a lack of time. So I need to kind of reflect with myself why I'm not trying to reach this goal, and reflect as well on the reasons I have that goal in the first place, because maybe that's where the motivation is lacking. If I'm not clear on why I want to do something, then why would I do it? Get your book out and write down reasons you want to actually achieve your goals, and make yourself realize why you actually want them. Number 4, what am I looking forward to this month? So obviously these are like catered to the end of the month, September to October, but you could literally do this in October to November and November to December. They all apply. So for example, October, I'm looking forward to cozy days in, having the fire on, autumnal recipes, layering. I love fall, winter fashion, big coats and scarves and hats. Like, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for all the new books I'm gonna read, new experiences, if I meet people, trying new food, new drinks, you know. It's a good time of the year, and it's a great time to start focusing more on self-care, because I think if it's lacking now when there's less sun and it's colder, you will start to see the effects of it if you don't sort yourself out and start looking after yourself. So, and number 5 is things to remember in October, and then in brackets I wrote quotes, goals to do, manifestations, etc. You could even do a mind map, just like things you want to focus on through the month, and make sure you keep referring back to this. So you could take a photo and set it as your home screen on your phone. You could draw it and stick it up on the wall by your bed, on your fridge, put it somewhere you'll see it every day, because you want to put things here that you like really do want to achieve or want to remember. Even if it's a little quote and it's like, I love myself, or like, be kind to yourself today, like, that's perfect. Do that. You could even write on a sticky note, put it in the back of your phone case if you got a clear phone case, you know, stuff like that. I always set things as my home screen, and every so often you forget it's even there, you stop noticing it, so then I have to change it around a bit, change the colour or something, and then it's like, whoa, and you read it. And even just reading kind words to yourself is good, but saying them out loud is even better. So try and read aloud good messages to yourself. That is all I have for journal quotes, and I am realising as well, this is kind of turning into a what I eat in a day, and I had kind of been opposed to these videos before, but that was before I started really enjoying cooking and trying new recipes and stuff, and now I've kind of found a love filming cooking videos. And I know it seems kind of out of order because I'm not releasing my like plant-based dinners recipe video until next week, but I've already filmed the majority of that, so it kind of seems out of order. But I've been filming a lot of cooking stuff recently and I love it so much, and I just want to share things I've learned about nutrition and things that are helping me. While I do know there's a lot of comparison for people when they watch what I eat in a day, and sometimes it can be negative, I hope that from this video the takeaway is more so, what can I add to my meals to make them better, not what can I take away. Today I just wanted egg on toast so bad, but I added in the avocado and the nuts. Like, I put some fat in there, I used the coconut oil to fry the eggs, and they were really crispy and delicious. What can you add to your already favourite meals to make them more nutritious, instead of saying, oh, I don't want to eat this because it's like bad. There is no bad food, there's just less nutritious and more nutritious, and you can have both and it's fine, you know? At the end of the day, I think you should eat what makes you happy and not what you think you should eat. Like, don't eat something you hate just because you think you should eat it. Do what you want that makes you happy. Sometimes all I want for dinner is cake or something, and that's what I have. I think the best way to look at it is your body is so much smarter than you and you should listen to your body instead of your brain telling you, oh, I shouldn't eat that, or oh, this isn't a healthy meal. Like, if you need it, you should eat it, and don't judge yourself for it, because the harm you do to yourself by judging yourself for eating something bad is probably a lot more significant than the harm your body actually gets from the food. If I want a food, but instead of letting myself have it, I, for some reason, say like, no, I shouldn't have it, but I really want it and I'm missing out, I'm doing much more emotional damage to myself than that food could ever do to me. Because food is just food. It doesn't have an ulterior motive. It's not out to get you. It's just energy in different forms. So try and look at things more relaxed. If you are tending to label foods in your head like, oh, God, I can't have that. Maybe an alternative would be better, but that doesn't mean you should never have it. Obviously, if you've got like allergies, it's different. I don't have dairy because my body doesn't like it. Obviously, sometimes I still want dairy, and it's kind of hard because I'm like, oh, it was my anniversary with my boyfriend the other day, and we went to an Italian restaurant and they didn't have any dairy-free desserts, but I really wanted pudding. So I got a scoop of chocolate ice cream and a scoop of hazelnut ice cream, and I am horrendously breaking out from it, but it was so worth it. And I don't regret it at all. It was nice. So take every day, one day at a time, and just try and be kind to yourself always, okay? You are in your body for the rest of your life and you need to look after yourself. So I hope you are doing that, and try and eat some fruit and vegetables because they really do you good. That's all I have to say. That's my little rant over. Because, you know, opinions change. I used to think I would never make a what I eat in a day video, but now I'm kind of seeing like, if I have something I want to share, I can do it in a gentle way. If I think I can maybe help someone, then why would I not, you know? That being said, I wasn't trying to make any creative foods because I didn't plan on making like a what I eat in a day video. Like for breakfast, I was just eating what I normally eat, and for lunch, I just ate that because we had some bread and some eggs and some avocado. And for dinner, I'm probably just gonna make some pasta. So these aren't like revolutionary recipes, they're just kind of like guides, like, oh, carb, fat, protein, vitamins, macronutrient, water. But yeah, these recipes aren't meant to be like, oh my god, you should definitely try this. It's more so just like an example of what I actually eat when I'm just living life. Not really thinking about cooking something really tasty. Just like quick things I make that are very low effort and also don't make a lot of mess, so I can clean up easily, because that is usually what deters me from cooking. If it's gonna take like 5 pans, I'm not gonna do it. I don't have time for that, you know. Anyway, I'm going to go back to editing now. It's 3:29 p.m. and I have a long evening of editing ahead of me, but part of me is kind of like, oh, I'll have a blanket and I'll make like a hot drink and it'll be cozy. I'm romanticizing it to make me do it and feel good about it. So speak soon for dinner.